Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Omori. We'll be facing the boss of the other world this time, so we got some kick-ass boss music to listen to at least.
Huh.
As soon as we engage it.
That we'll proceed to talk over
Yeah.
and not actually get to absorb it for ourselves, but that kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah. So we found the special mixtape. It's time to play it for Space Boyfriend, so he'll wake up.
Oh, I sleep in a rocket ship.
Space boyfriend.
What do you sleep in? I sleep in a bed with my wife.
I sleep in an endless cycle of depression.
Space boyfriend?
Fuck.
His name is Space Boyfriend? Why?
Yeah, his first name's Space, last name's Boyfriend. What? I make fun of someone's name, Louis.
Well, whose boyfriend is he?
No, that's his last name. Boyfriend.
Uh,
First name Space. It's not hard.
Are you sure? Are you sure that's his first name? Because this other guy is called Space Pirate Guy, which makes me think we're doing that Japanese names are in the other direction kind of thing, where the family name is Space, and the given name is the second thing that comes after it. So, Space Boyfriend Kun here is the second child of the Space family, Boyfriend. Nominal determinism decided it didn't want to play along, so he spends his entire life single. Okay. I don't know how my brain works when I'm sick. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I was just kind of processing what they're going to plan to do with that boombox. Are they going to load up their own boss music?
Yes, he is.
Oh, you see.
Oh, do we have to
Fucking
time our attack button presses to the rhythm, maybe?
No, that's from Mother
No,
3.
thankfully.
Okay.
So thankfully, I didn't mind that mechanic in Mother 3, but it deeply depended on the music in question.
It was also completely pointless, and you could go without it if you wanted.
Nah, I don't think you can play it pause. You can do extra damage if you get it right.
Wait. Space ex-boyfriend.
Space cucked. I've had enough of your games, space cucked.
So yeah, I like how his name changed in the dialogue box there.
Also, like the hair of this dude threw me for a loop because under the sheets, I thought it was like a green bird. But then the sheets come off. I was like, oh no, that was just their hair.
Why are we fighting Vegeta?
I think he's more a Captain Harlock reference, but
I have no idea who that is.
fair enough.
And I'm not going to explain it. Look it up.
It's an older anime.
Captain Harlock?
Harlock.
Harlock, sorry. I thought you were like mispronouncing harlot for a second. I was like, oh, interesting.
No. So yeah, the gimmick for this boss fight is that he gets increasingly angry over the course of the battle. So if you manage to fight everything along the way, you should have Mock for Omori. That's a very good ability to use against angry enemies, so that's your ticket to winning this fight. You can do him at lower levels and not have to use it, but it's, recommended you fight things and get abilities and all that, so wham. Right
So, is this our frickin' Matador boss fight, then?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people on stream lose to this guy.
Okay. Yeah, the brick wall boss fight that fucking roadblocks your progress until you learn how buffs work.
So I'm assuming Captain Harlock, because I'm looking at behind the scenes, was originally like an old 80s anime?
Yes, it
Probably
was.
90s, yeah, because when I looked it up, it's pushing this like remake that's 3D. It looks like, but
okay.
like the old design, actually, you know what's funny? Like the old design kind of reminds me a lot of Alucard from Symphony of the Night. I wonder if that was also an inspiration for Alucard.
Quite possibly.
Huh. Does he wear high heels, too?
It's more of his coat. His coat is very large and it has like those ginormous neck collar.
That's just always been a design element of old aristocratic characters that's gotten to me. Is
got the large neck collar, the space gun.
Wow, our perception of gender norms and fashion sure has changed over time. Did you know that men used to wear high heels to make themselves look taller? It's true.
Could you imagine men being insecure with their height?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the high heels were invented for that same reason by a woman. But, I guess men adopted the fashion statement too. And then several hundred years later or some shit, they all collectively decided it was a feminine thing and stopped doing it. I don't understand people.
Now they just focus on their peepees.
Okay, so
What I like to do is I also like to use the Jax toy to slow him down because he hits really hard because he's in the angry tier 2 and tier 3 states as the battle goes on, so he hits really hard.
How can you tell when someone's in a higher tier of emotion?
Well, one, it'll tell you.
Okay.
Two, it will also get more and more scratchy, like he's in tier 2 right now because it's all dark and edgy and all that.
It's very ominous.
Yeah.
Does the red outline have anything to do with it too, or is that just reflective of the emotional state?
That's just the emotional state.
Okay.
it is good that they give you a visual indicator, although since they went as far as to give even the bosses a health bar that you could see, I would have appreciated if there was like a little icon so that you knew for sure. That would be nice. There's room for one.
Oh.
We getting furious. And this is why you want to use Mach.
Just something very visceral about it. Just a knife going right into the chest of someone. Like, fuck. Like, there's not, like, thank God there's no blood, but, like, Jesus Christ.
And then anticlimactically, in the text box, it was a dull attack.
Yeah. It's a toy knife. Also, that's for nothing. Oh, the depressed look for Omori looks more like he just got out of bed.
Yeah,
A
that's...
little bit, yeah.
That's me in the morning, all right.
That's me every day. What day is it? Ah, it doesn't matter.
Oh no, Kel became toast.
Well, what's the toast emotion?
That means you're dead.
Oh. So it's not an emotion at all. It's the lack of emotion.
Yeah, basically.
You know that game, I Am Bread, has a really twisted story to it.
What's that?
It's about, there's a guy who keeps witnessing bread making itself toast in his house. Well, he doesn't witness it happening, but he sees the aftermath. And he, like, in between levels, you get his psych visits, summaries by the doctor about what he's been saying. And in the end, the final level, you murder the guy. As toast. As bread, rather. Bread murders him. It's,
Now, hold on a second. Omori did not succumb. They were able to hold on with 1 HP. Is that a feature, or is that what's going on there?
That's something that is unique to Omori because this does the RPG thing where if Omori dies, the battle's just over. So they give you a last chance. Hey, heal Omori for every battle.
yeah, that kind
So it's like second chance in Kingdom Hearts, basically. It's like, hey, restore your HP now because the next hit will kill you.
Yeah, basically.
That's good, because games where only one party member has to die for it to be a game over can be tense.
Insufferable. I don't like it.
Tense when done right, insufferable otherwise, yeah. Like, it's a thing in the Persona games. They do it fine. But, like...
Until you get Mega Tent.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. I think I even if there is a purpose to it, it just doesn't make sense to me in a game where you have a party and other party members, when they get knocked out or succumb to fainting, and you can revive them with items. Why can the same not be applied to you?
That is a good question in many cases. There's only one
Yeah.
game I can think of off the top of my head with an actual explanation. You don't know the explanation until the end of the game, but...
So there might as well not be one.
Well, in Baldur's Gate, you're the ball spawn, right? So if you die, you lose the ball essence that makes you the ball spawn. So you die, and, like, you could potentially come back to life, but the story is effectively over at that point. You've lost the ball spawn essence, you are no longer a ball spawn, you no longer have access to potential godly powers or any reason for the enemies to go after you. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that really is the only one I can think of.
Yeah, it's like any other game I played where it does that, and it's not many, mind you, because I generally don't play a lot of RPGs where main character goes down, that's it, it's over. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why can I not just shift control to another player, at least for the sake of reviving? Or why can't my party members, AI or not, revive me if I have the items for it?
Well, that's because Mitsuru Kirijo is too busy casting Marin fucking Karen. But you know, you know, one place where I think it does fit though is the strategy RPG genre, because it's like having a king on a chessboard, a king that is way more badass than a chess king, admittedly, but a king. So you constantly have to risk your most vulnerable piece to make them stronger. At first it's tense, and then you realize that in order to counterbalance this, they made the main character the strongest unit in the game every time, unless it's Roy. And yeah, they just face roll everything, and it stops being tense.
That's a letter we need. So
yeah. Well, I mean, in games like Fire Emblem, permadeath applied to every character, so it was really just a matter of your main character being the only one who couldn't die if you wanted to continue. But everyone else could die, and they would stay dead, but the story would go on.
Very Sweet Home. Well, that's the only game I think of. I think off the top of my head, because I can't immediately recollect, Sweet Home is the only RPG that I've ever played that has permadeath. I don't play Fire Emblem and all that sort of thing, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I mean, in Fire Emblem Sense Awakening onwards, you can just turn permadeath off, so...
Yeah.
But aren't you officially filthy casual if you do that, though? Isn't the true Fire Emblem experience isn't the true Fire Emblem experience, from what I've understand, is that your character dying and then you reset in the game anyway because you didn't want the
You know what? I will absolutely let anyone off the hook for being a filthy casual if they turn off permadeath in the games that predate the time rewind mechanic. Because the time rewind mechanic turns permadeath into a genuinely interesting thing that you need to work around.
Is there a game that you guys have like heard about but wouldn't consider giving it the time of day because it has permadeath, and does the idea of permadeath kind of like dissuade you from playing a game?
The idea of getting 2 hours into a battle, losing one of my favorite units, and then having to do that 2 hours again does kind of turn me off, yeah. Can you tell I've played Radiant Dawn? But like...
Well, did you play Radiant Dawn on actual normal, or did you play it on fake American normal?
What the fuck? Oh, are those the actual names for the difficulties?
They did that stupid thing where the normal mode in the Western release was actually the hard mode. Yes. So, I played it on what they called normal mode at first.
I want a game. I want a game that just has labeled as actual normal and fake American normal.
Oh, Mega Man 2.
Yeah. No, that's normal and difficult. I don't see American anywhere in that.
It's extreme and European extreme all over again.
I think that's a bucket list item for me specifically, is finishing a Metal Gear game in European extreme.
Why is it called European extreme?
Because I believe, I might be wrong on this one, but I believe the original meaning behind it was that in the European or international release, added the difficulty where if you're spotted once, that's it, the game's over.
Oh, huh.
So they've held that over in every other release, but because it originated in the international like PAL release and such, they call it European Extreme.
Right, it's like professional mode in Resident Evil, which was originally a pun on Leon the Professional, but now every game has professional mode.
Yeah, because Chris also likes the professional, and everyone else afterwards.
Okay, well, in any case.
We see the shadow of Basil walk off, so we're going to go after him now, so that usually means time for more spookums.
Or you could go the other way.
No, you have to go this way to.
How about, we don't have to play the game. You just turn it off right now.
Gonna keep following him until he opens the barn door, which is creepy red inside.
It could be just a rave party for all we know. That's a large fucking... No, it's okay. It's a Mario 64 portal. Never mind.
Huh. It is. Oh, no.
Back in the real world, huh?
And he's not even backwards long jumping up.
No. Oof. What a
Failure.
What a key to find. No, like F's in the chat. This kid's dead.
That meme. Oh.
What? F's in the chat?
Yeah.
Have to pay respects.
Have to pay respects, yeah.
I know where it comes from, god damn it. It's just like, you guys make the weirdest fucking shit out of the most innocuous bullshit.
No, I agree. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there are times where I feel like, God, I'm so old. Like, I don't understand the correlation between these memes I see. But I run with it anyway because I do have fun with it.
Well, I mean, F to pay respects. The only context in which that doesn't make sense is an old school PC gaming context where all the keys on the keyboard had to start with a letter that vaguely matches what you're doing. Like K for climb. Why K for climb? Because C was taken by something that starts with C. You see?
God damn it. Well, and like, it's the spirit of the message that matters. So climb with a K. This game is brought to you by Midway.